If you ever find yourself inside a Russian prison and you see a man with an 8-pointed star tattooed on his collarbone, do one thing immediately. Look away, do not stare, do not make eye contact. Because that tattoo means one thing and one thing only. This man is a VORV zakone, a thief in law, and that star is his announcement to every person in that prison that he kneels to no one on this earth and he will never become a servant of the state. Now here is something that will tell you everything you need to know about the Russian mafia before we even begin. If a street level nobody gets that tattoo without earning it, without bleeding for it, without proving they deserve it, the real bosses find that person, and they cut that star out of their skin with a knife. In the Russian mafia, you do not wear the ink, you earn it in blood, the Bratva. The most feared and most ruthless criminal underworld on the face of this planet. A world where your body is your permanent resume. Where every scar, every tattoo, every mark on your skin tells a story that every other member can read without a single word being spoken. There are no job interviews here, no applications, no references from previous employers. There is only one hiring process: loyalty, blood, and a test that most men do not survive. Today, we are going to climb every single rank of the Russian Bratva. From the lowest street dog who is worth less than the cigarettes in his pocket, all the way to the untouchable boss who controls entire cities from behind walls of money and silence. Every rank, every ruble, every price, and I am going to show you something that most people who study organized crime never talk about. The higher you climb in the Bratva, the more money you make. But the higher you climb, the less likely you are to die from a rival. The more likely you are to die from the man sitting at your own table. Let us begin. Rank 1, the Shestyorka Level 1, the Shestyorka. The 6, the lowest card in the deck, and if you think that name is insulting, that is because it is meant to be. In Russian criminal culture, the 6 is the card with no face, no power, and no value until someone above it decides to pick it up and use it. That is your entire identity at this level. You are the errand boy. The cheapest labor the Bratva employs. You move drugs from one location to another without being told what is in the package or where it came from. You threaten small business owners who have fallen behind on their protection payments. You wash the boss's cars. You stand outside in temperatures that would make most people refuse to leave their homes. You do whatever you are told immediately without asking why and without ever complaining about it to anyone. Your monthly income is around $1,000. In Moscow or St. Petersburg, that is barely enough to eat and keep a roof over your head. You have no tattoos because tattoos in the Bratva are not decoration. They are biography, and you have no biography yet. You have not shed blood. You have not done time. You have not proven anything. You have no protection from anyone above you. If the police raid the operation, you are the first one arrested. You take the fall, you serve the time, you keep your mouth completely shut the entire time. Your chance of being killed at this rank is 40%, not from organized violence, from the random, chaotic, unpredictable danger of being the most visible and most expendable person in a criminal operation. Most men who start here never make it to the next rank. Not because they do something catastrophically wrong, but because they stop showing up. And the Bratva has a very specific and very permanent memory for men who stop showing up. Tell me in the comments. If this was your only way out of poverty, if this was the only door open to you in that city at that age, would you have walked through it, ranked to the Boyevik? Level 2, the Boyevik, the fighter, the enforcer. And let me tell you what actually changes when you reach this rank, because it is not what most people expect. You might think that surviving the Shestyorka level and earning a promotion means you are safer now, more protected, more valued. You are not safer. What you are is armed. And with that weapon in your hand, the real nightmare begins. You are now the Bratva's muscle in the most direct and most dangerous meaning of that word. If the organization needs someone's bones broken, they call you. If a shopkeeper has refused to pay protection money for the third time, they send you. If a rival gang has crossed into territory that belongs to the Bratva, you are the first man sent to the front line. Not the bosses, not the captains, your monthly income has jumped to between $5,000 and $10,000. Real money, more than most legitimate workers in Russia will see in 6 months. But your chance of dying has jumped to 70%. 70. Because every gang war, every territorial dispute, every collection gone wrong, you are the one standing in the most exposed position. Most Boyeviks end up in one of two places, dead in an alleyway that nobody important ever visits, or in a Russian prison serving 10 to 15 years. And here is the thing about a Russian prison sentence that most people outside this world do not understand. Inside prison, the Boyevik starts earning his tattoos. The church domes on his chest. Each dome represents 1 year served behind bars. Every dome is proof that he endured, that he kept quiet, that he maintained the code when the entire institution around him was designed to break it. A man who comes out of a Russian prison with domes on his chest and his mouth still shut is a man the Bratva promotes. Because he proves something that cannot be faked. That he can be trusted when the cost of being trusted is highest. Rank 3, the after Ridit level 3, the after Ridit, the brigadier, the captain. And this is the rank where everything changes in a way that the levels below it never prepared you for. Because the change is not just about money or power, the change is about who your enemies are. At the Shestai Orka and Boyevik levels, your enemies were obvious. Rival gangs, police, the random violence of the streets. At the after Ridit level, your most dangerous enemy is the man sitting across from you at dinner. You are now upper management. You no longer get your own hands dirty in the way you used to. Beneath you, you have a team of 4 to 5 Boyeviks whose loyalty belongs to you and whose actions reflect directly on your reputation with the bosses above. Your job is to control territory, run rackets, and ensure that the money flows upward to the senior leadership without interruption or shortage. Your monthly income has reached between $50,000 and $100,000. You drive luxury cars, you wear expensive suits. You eat at restaurants where the staff recognizes you and asks no questions. For the first time in your career, you feel like you have actually arrived somewhere. But here is the price of that arrival. Your chance of dying is now 50%. And the people most likely to kill you are not rivals from outside the organization. They are after Ridits just like you, who want your territory, who are watching for any sign of weakness, any moment of vulnerability, any indication that you might be easier to remove than to tolerate. You now sleep with a weapon within reach, every night, not from habit. From the understanding that the game you are playing has changed and the most dangerous players are the ones who smile at you the most warmly. Rank 4, the VORV Zakone level 4, the VORV Zakone. Thief in law and stop, because this is not simply the next rank above after Ridit. This is something else entirely. An ordinary criminal, no matter how violent, no matter how loyal, no matter how many years they have served, cannot simply be promoted to VORV Zakone. A street criminal can never become a VOR. The standards for entry into this rank are older than the Soviet Union, older than the Russian Federation, older than any government currently operating in Russia. To become a VORV Zakone, you must have lived your entire life according to the criminal code. You must never have worked for the government in any capacity. You must never have cooperated with police under any pressure or in any circumstance. Your loyalty must be to one thing and one thing only, the criminal world and the Obshok, the communal fund that supports imprisoned members and their families. Every existing VOR must vote to accept you. One no ends the process permanently. When you are accepted, a ceremony is held, ancient oaths are spoken, and the tattoos that define this rank are placed on your body. The 8 pointed stars on your collarbones. The announcement that you bow to no authority. The barbed wire across your forehead, proof that you have received a life sentence and accepted it. These are not decorations, they are declarations. Every brigadier beneath you pays a portion of his earnings directly to you. Your income runs into the millions, but your chance of dying is 60%. And here is the detail that should stop you cold. Most Vori are not killed by rivals from other organizations. They are killed by other Vori because at this level, the code that everyone swore to uphold is also the mechanism through which anyone who breaks it is sentenced to death. By the same brotherhood that welcomed them in. Rank 5, the Pagan. Level 5, the Pagan. The boss, the godfather of the Russian underworld. And let me tell you what this position actually looks like in reality, because it is both the most powerful and the most isolated existence in the entire criminal world. The Pagan is never seen on the front line. He does not appear at collections or confrontations or any operation where his presence could be photographed or witnessed. He operates from behind the curtain, running an empire through layers of loyal intermediaries specifically chosen and positioned to ensure that nothing connects directly to him. His wealth is untraceable, spread across shell companies, offshore accounts, real estate holdings, and financial structures that would take a team of forensic accountants years to begin to map. He controls corrupt politicians, police chiefs, and judges, not through fear alone, but through the far more durable bond of shared financial interest. People who are paid do not cooperate with investigations. And the Pagan has been paying the right people for long enough that the payments feel normal. His word, delivered through 3 layers of intermediaries, is enough to set an entire city in motion. But here is the absolute truth about the Pagan that no amount of money or power can change. His chance of dying is 80%, the highest of any rank in the entire organization. Not from law enforcement, from his own people. Because every VOR beneath him is running the same calculation that he ran when he was where they are now. Looking up at someone sitting in the position he occupies today. Thinking about what it would take to remove that person, the Pagan never truly sleeps. His bodyguard, his oldest friend, his personal driver, any of them could be the instrument. Any meal could be the last one. Any meeting could be a trap. He has achieved everything. Absolute power, unlimited money, the complete submission of everyone around him. And he has paid for it with something that cannot be bought back. The ability to feel safe, ever again, 5 ranks, 1 code. A world where your body is your resume and your silence is your most valuable asset. When you were a Shestai worker, you had nothing, not even hope, really, but you had something that every rank above you eventually loses. The ability to walk away. As a Boyevik you shed blood. As an Afteridit you built power. As a VORV zakone, you sold your soul to a code older than any government. And as a Pagan you sat on a throne that no one can hold forever. The tattoos on your chest are not medals, they are not proof of success. They are a death warrant written in ink, 1 entry at a time, by the life you chose. An ordinary person, no matter how difficult their life, can at least lie down at night without wondering if their next breath will be their last. The Bratva boss, surrounded by billions, guarded by armies, feared by cities, cannot say the same. This was the Russian Bratva. Every rank, every ruble, every price. Now tell me in the comments. Which rank do you think is the true point of no return, not the most dangerous? The point where the person you were before no longer exists. Subscribe to Dark Ranks, because next time we go inside an organization where the initiation is not an oath and not a ceremony. It is surviving something that most people would not walk into voluntarily. You will not want to miss it.